Okay, perfect. Well, again, thank you. So I have a couple of questions here for you. Um,
Yeah.
what exactly piqued your interest in being a voice actor in the first place?
I was an actor that was interested in acting.
Okay.
And I was doing a play where in the play I got to play many different voices. And this was when I was at Cal Arts, and it was a summer program, and I was doing some summer theater. And at Cal Arts, it's a big, art school, and there's dance and music and theater and animation. And I did a little animation for the animators on some scratch dialogue or their graduate programs, projects. But it wasn't like, yeah, I'm going to be a voiceover actor, you know. And then when I was doing this play, I had someone approach me who was the dubbing director for Power Rangers. And he said, wow, you got a lot of big voices and funny characters, and you have a lot of commitment and a lot of power. Do you want to come in and do some voices for Power Rangers? So he also said, so do you do voiceovers? And the only experience that I had at that time, Matt, was doing the voiceovers for scratch tracks and for other animators, but it wasn't a professional environment. So I said, of course I've done voiceovers, yes. And I went in there and started doing voices and just really liked it and felt like this is another excellent addition to a career of staying financially viable as an actor.
Okay.
But it wasn't, there are some people, Matt, that are like, I want to be a voiceover actor. That's my target. That's what I'm doing. I'm focused on the agent. I'm going to start my own in-home studio. I'm going to pursue myself and market me as voiceover actor. I include voiceover as part of all the acting I do for stage, for film, for television, for voiceover, for children's theater, for reading in a classroom. Like all of it is acting,
Hmm.
you know.
Okay. So that being said, do you think that voice acting in and of itself is a viable source of income, or do you have to supplement it with other things? Like I know you said that you're a professor or a teacher or something like that.
I teach many different things. I teach um, acting. I teach improv. I do personal coachings one-on-one. I also teach Tai Chi Chuan.
Mm,
So, yes, I love to teach. I love being a teacher. But I do many things to supplement my income or to make a living.
mhm.
And those are all freelance jobs that allow me to really use my strengths. So voiceover directing is what I do more of. If we're looking at the two columns, directing voiceovers dominates the voiceover acting.
Okay.
I'm much more active as a director, and that came out of being a voiceover actor for many years.
Okay.
Just given an opportunity to say, you're a nice guy and you get along well with other people and you're articulate and you understand what's going on and you have theater background. We have this project and we need a director. Do you want to do that?
Okay.
And I was thrown into that with minimal directing experience, but took it on and continued to do it.
Okay. Yeah, I've been involved in some acting here and there. I took acting classes at Santa Barbara City College, and one of the things that was told to me over and over again is you want people who are nice to work with. It doesn't matter how skilled they are. If they're unenjoyable, then you don't
If
really
they're
want to work with
skilled,
them.
then everyone who you works with will respect you.
Hmm.
And if you're not skilled, then everyone will enjoy working with you and then just like you as a person.
Okay.
It's good if they like you as a person and they also respect what you can bring to make their performance
Hmm.
e- even better.
Okay. So, what type of
Yeah.
skill set do you think is would be good for a voice actor?
Um, I think everybody in the world, including myself, would suggest for a voiceover actor to get involved with improv classes.
Okay.
Taking improvisation and learning the skills of improvisation are, I mean, they enhance your personal relationships, they enhance your observation, they enhance your listening, they enhance your creativity, as well as allow you to discover untapped voices and characters that you have inside of yourself that you can create in the moment and then realize I had no idea I had that.
Okay.
So I think it is invaluable to take improvisation.
Okay.
And I think it's important to constantly be practicing your reading out loud in multiple character stories so that you are accustomed to reading and making strong choices and sustaining character as it is written from the novel or from the story or the play.
Okay.
Mm.
Perfect. So when you come into a day where you're going to be voice acting, do you have the script ahead of time, or is it kind of a cold reading, or how does that work?
It's a good question. The script is always provided on the day that you're there. Nobody ever has, for dubbing, voiceover, nobody ever has the script in advance.
Okay.
Um, you may, if it's original animation, they may give you that script in advance so that you can read it like you would a table read for a sitcom or another drama. But almost every single experience that I have had has been you walk into the booth, sometimes even to audition. I just had an audition yesterday, and I knew nothing about the character. I walked in. They showed me on the monitor what he would look like. I saw a couple of lines. I had to audition with character choices immediately. And the director saying, he's kind of like this type of character. Or you want to make him a little bit older, make his voice a little thinner, or he's a little bit more flamboyant, or he's less flamboyant, and you have to make those choices immediately without saying, okay, hold on one second, and practice it, and then come with something ready.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I have a directing project and I have the script in advance, I'll forward it out to my actors. But I'm pretty sure, Matt, that about 20% of them are reading the script. They don't care. They'll just do it when they get there.
Okay. So obviously there are auditions for this, but is it mostly auditions, or is it lots of connections? Like, oh, I saw this, let me call them in, or how would
Yeah.
you get into a business like this?
It is that. The best way for you to get in the business would be to attach yourself to somebody who's already working and see if you can just go along with them.
Okay.
Just watch, go along with them, support them, sit in the lobby, see the environment, maybe read the copy if there's any, so that you start to acclimate yourself to this lifestyle and that you know what to expect and it doesn't become culture shock for you. That's not very easy to do because some people don't have a close friend who feels like, yeah, come along with me. I don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, there's a lot of things to audition for online that are non-union, but you would have to record at home and email it.
Okay. And would you recommend that to get started, or is that kind of
Oh, yeah.
sketchy?
Why not? Make some money from it. Yeah, oh, yeah. Make some money and start to gather some experience from it, for sure.
Okay.
Plus, if anything else, at least it gets you in your house auditioning for several different projects.
Okay. Um, so one thing that I've heard is that actors in general, they hate watching themselves. Do you listen to your finished pieces or see how you can improve like that, or do you kind of say I finished it and leave it at that?
Well, I'll tell you, the way almost everybody works is can either hear that they've made the mistake already and they want to do it again, like they'll stop themselves mid-recording and want to go back, or I'll always say, all right, let's give a listen to what you just did, because sometimes it depends on the voiceover actor. Sometimes I'll let them listen to what they did because they themselves will pick up on the correction and I won't have to tell them.
Mm-hmm.
I won't have to say, oh, you know what, I want to do it again because you sort of messed up that word, or it kind of dropped out in energy, or it sounded like you didn't know what you were saying. If I let them hear it, then they hear it themselves, and they'll say, oh, let's do another take.
Okay.
But you're already hearing yourself, Matt, while you're recording. It's a very strange sensation because you're already amplified in your headsets. So you're already listening to yourself, and you need to. You need to hear how you sound.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know any voiceover actors that are like, oh, I don't want to hear myself. maybe when the product is finished and mixed, they don't want to see the episode or they don't want to watch the series or the movie because that might just be embarrassing for them. But in the process, in the working, everybody's accustomed to hearing themselves. Yeah.
Okay. Um, have you been in any major titles that I might recognize?
I don't know. Uh, Gosh, trying to think. I'm in the remix, the digital remixing of Akira, if you're familiar with anime.
No.
Okay, it's like this. It's the Citizen Kane of anime,
Okay. So it's like a
Akira.
golden classic.
It's amazing, and it like defines the genre and is iconic. Yeah, very,
Okay.
very big and popular. Um, what kind of things are you interested in, Matt? And that way I can find out.
Um, I don't know. I was thinking like I know the guy that got me in contact with you. He's an animator for Disney, and he asked around at his work, and your name came up through that. So I didn't know if you've been in any Disney pieces or
I
anything
haven't
like
done
that.
any Disney work. I haven't done any of those like mainstream pop culture things like that.
Okay.
I've done things that are a lot more fringe based. I
Okay.
did something for Rob Zombie, his animated movie called something Super Beasto, Revenge of Super Beasto, or something like that. That was a mainstream movie. I've done Criminal Minds as a voiceover
Okay.
a number of times. I've done some crazy slasher movies like Jeepers Creepers. Um, I've done um, I've done a lot of foreign film movies that were like Oscar contenders,
Hmm.
but
Okay.
those are only popular the month of March, the year they're nominated, and then
Yeah.
they sort of drift away into oblivion. So it's hard to say.
Mhm.
But yeah, I have had some. I've had some very, very nice projects, like really good quality, and I've also done a lot of very strange underground stuff.
Okay. All right. Last question.
But I will say this: if you do Google my name, all a list of credits will come up, and you can see what might pertain to things that you're familiar with.
Would you be on IMDb or something like that?
I would just do a straight Google search or a Wikipedia search of my name. You'll
Okay.
find it.
Perfect. Last
Yeah.
question. What are your favorite and least favorite parts of your job?
Um, the least favorite parts of my job are um, screaming to a point where I damage my voice,
Hmm.
and then having to continue to do that. Like video games will
Hmm.
have you screaming that, screaming crazy, bloody murder. And it never really feels quite worth the money or worth the opportunity to do that to your throat.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, that is not good. The things that I really look forward to, I look forward to working with projects that challenge me and that I can meet that challenge. For instance, working with a new bunch of people I've never met before. And during the process of directing or being a voiceover actor, I get them to laugh. I get them to enjoy my performance. I get them to find out who I am and break down that barrier of I'm an actor, you're a producer, I'm director, you're actor. We just lose all that and we get to know each other as people and we have fun when we work
Hmm.
and it brings out the best qualities of people. That's what gives me the most pleasure is when the best of everyone comes out.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you. I really appreciate this. It was very helpful.
You got it, buddy. Hey, good luck.
All right. You too. Thanks. Have a great night.
All right, you too.